Hello everyone, welcome to BEC lecture number 3D. Today we are going to cover further the diode models, that is piecewise linear model, the constant voltage model, and at the last we will look at the ideal diode model. So let us recap what we have done last time. So in the last lecture we have covered the exponential model, and we have seen that if we encounter a circuit wherein a diode is present, it is difficult to solve it using the exponential model because you have to iterate the solution many times and it takes time to compute that. That is why we are going to approximate the diode characteristics, that is exponential model, into three parts today, into three different types of models. Let us start with the piecewise linear model. So here what we do is, let us look at the graph. Let me adjust the screen. Yeah. So here what we do is, this dark pink color is my diode characteristics, which is exponential in nature. And this is my IV characteristics of a diode. So what do we do is we approximate, we draw a tangent to this exponential curve. Okay. So and we approximate by a straight line segment. Okay. And we calculate the slope of this next. So we calculate the slope of this straight line, and that slope is actually RD, which is same as your dynamic resistance. So the slope will be given by y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, which will be delta ID upon delta VD. Okay, where RD will be 1 upon slope. Fine. So what have we have done? So we have approximated. So this green color curve which you see over here is my approximated model. Okay. Here actually this green line also should be missing. Anyways, so after the approximated graph, it looks something like this. So this resembles an exponential curve. It is not exactly exponential, but it's an approximate version. And that approximate version is called as piecewise linear model. Okay. So here we have, this is the voltage. VD on is the turn on voltage of the diode or cut in voltage of the diode, after which the current starts increasing linearly. So that is our assumption. After once the VD value has reached, the current starts increasing exponentially. I mean, earlier it was increasing exponentially using diode characteristics or exponential model. Now it is increasing at a steady pace. Okay. So and the slope of this line is given by delta ID upon delta VD, and the resistance will be given by 1 upon slope. So the slope defines the resistance level of the device when it is on. So when the diode is on, when the applied voltage VD is greater than the turn on voltage VD on, then only the diode is on. And when the diode is on, the slope defines the 1 upon slope defines the resistance level of the diode. So in short, we say that, let me just slightly reduce this. In short, we say that a diode, whenever we encounter a diode symbol, we replace it by its equivalent circuit. And this is the first equivalent circuit. So here are the different components of the piecewise linear model. So first we have is VD on. So here we have VD on voltage representing this graph, after the applied voltage reaches VD on, then only the diode turns on. So that is a battery represented by VD on, and then the resistance RD. Okay, the resistance of this line will be the resistance of this line after the VD on has reached, where the current increases linearly with the voltage, is represented by RD resistance. And then we have an ideal diode. So we'll discuss these components one by one. Okay. So first of all, let us discuss about the ideal diode. So the ideal diode is included in the circuit in the model to establish that there is only one direction of conduction to the device. That is, will forward bias of a diode, of an ideal diode, will result in an on state, and it will result in a closed switch. Whereas if the diode is reverse bias, it is in the off state, or it is represented by an open circuit. Okay. So that is why the ideal diode is used for. Then we will inform now why we will use VD on. A battery is connected over here. So basically, a silicon diode does not reach conduction state until the turn-on voltage reaches around zero point 0.7 volts. Okay, zero point 0.7 to zero point 0.8, something like this. Therefore, a fictitious battery VD-on is appearing in the model, representing that diode will require VD-on voltage to turn on. Okay, it is not an actual battery; it is just a representation. Okay, so we have covered all the three components. First, VD-on, a battery. Then we have a resistance, which is 1 upon slope of this line, and then finally the ideal diode to confirm that it only conducts current in the one direction. So these are the various components of the piecewise linear model. So for most of the applications, the RD value is sufficiently small, very, very small, which can be ignored in compared to the other circuit elements. Therefore, removing RD from the model is an another possibility. Okay, so if you remove RD, that becomes something else. That becomes a constant voltage model. So we are going to see about that. So overall, this piecewise linear model is useful, but again, we can further simplify it. Okay, so let us discuss the next one now. The next is the constant voltage model. Now, earlier, we have approximated after VD on. See, whenever the voltage across the diode exceeds the VD on, the turn on voltage, then only the current starts flowing. So in the earlier model, we have approximated it by a straight line with a slope. Okay, but now we will be approximating with a straight line having you know with a straight line which is parallel to the y-axis. Okay, so this is my constant voltage model. So here what we do is we approximate the exponential diode characteristics by a straight line parallel to the y-axis with a coordinate VD on comma 0. So is this a good approximation? Well, let's think about it. So here RD is considered to be 0. So from the earlier model, if you consider RD equal to 0 over here, RD equal to 0, that means slope will be almost infinite. If we consider a RD equal to 0, that becomes a constant voltage model. And it's almost a good approximation. It's not a bad approximation. So exponential behavior is squeezed into a straight line. So normally in practice, 70 to 80% of the cases, this approximation holds pretty good. Okay, so this is your constant voltage model in short the graph. So here, whenever the applied voltage VD is greater than VD on, diode is on, and whenever the applied voltage VD is less than VD on, the diode is off. Okay, and the components of the constant voltage model are as follows. So whenever we see a diode in a circuit, we can replace by its equivalent model as like this. So you have a battery which is have a similar role to the previous model. Then we have a ideal diode which makes sure that diode conducts in the only in one direction. Fine. So these are the components of the constant voltage model. These two components, that is VD-on and VD-on battery and ideal diode, has been already discussed in the previous model. So the functionality remains the same. So even though in reality the diode does have different voltage levels for different current, here we are assuming that it has the same voltage for the different currents. For example, over here, in actual exponential behavior, the diode voltage slightly increases in amplitude, but a large increase in ID. Okay, so here what are we doing? We are assuming that it has the same voltage for different amount of currents. So that is the approximation which we are making. Okay, and relative to this, we have the the equations. So these are the VD on is normally 700 to 800 millivolts for a silicon diode. So this is the primary point. If VD is less than VD on, diode is reverse bias. Okay, and it is replaced by this model, basically off state. So basically open switch and a battery. So basically it will be an open switch only. And whenever VD, the applied voltage is greater than VD on, the diode is forward bias. Okay, and it is represented by this equivalent network, a battery with a voltage VD on and a closed switch. Fine. So whenever the diode is forward bias, whenever the diode voltage VD is greater than VD on, it will be coming over here. Okay, like this. Let me just slightly reduce it. No, it won't fit in the screen. Anyways, so whenever VD is greater than VD1, diode is forward bias and it is replaced by this equivalent circuit. And whenever the diode is less, diode voltage is less than VD1, diode is reverse bias, and we can replace it by this equivalent circuit. Okay. So overall, in summary, this is my constant voltage model. And for all our diode application, that is clipper and clamper circuit, we will be using this approximation, constant voltage model. Now, if we make in a constant voltage model, if we make VD1 equal to 0, that means this line will be shifted onto the y-axis. So that model is called as ideal diode model. Okay, so whenever we make VD1 0, we will have such kind of a characteristics wherein we will have a curve which is on the y-axis itself. Okay, so VD1 is 0 over here. So it is much simpler than the constant voltage model. So if VD1 is 0 in the constant voltage model, it becomes an ideal diode model. So it assumes VD1 equal to 0. It is not a very good approximation, but it is used rarely for quick analysis whether the diode is on or off. It is used for quick calculations to understand whether in a given circuit the diode is on or off. So it is used in 5 to 10% of the cases. So here what can we say? Here we can say that whenever the diode voltage is greater than 0, diode is on. Whenever the diode voltage is less than 0, diode is off. As simple as you can get. So here it is. Diode voltage VD is less than 0, diode is reverse bias, or it is in the off state, represented by open switch. And if VD is greater than 0, diode is forward bias, and it is represented by on state, that is closed switch. As simple as that. So we can say that the ideal model intuitively passes positive voltage and blocks negative voltage. So it is true over here. Okay. So I repeat over here, if the applied voltage VD is greater than 0, diode is forward bias represented by a closed switch. And over here, if the diode voltage is less than 0, it is represented by a open switch. So here is the brief information about it. Okay, so this was about the ideal diode model. We will use that for some examples when we start studying the clipper circuits. Now let us come back to a very crucial example. Remember, while discussing the exponential model, we have discussed the same example, and we have found out that using the exponential model, the equation to compute the current, it's not so simple. We have to iterate the equation and make an initial guess, and then we have to repeat that process for the next value. So this process is time consuming and cumbersome. So let's see if we, whatever models we have studied, if we apply that, whether it will reduce or no. So over here, same circuit, wherein we have to find the current Ix. The external voltage applied is VB. So the voltage drop across R1 will be R1 Ix, and the voltage drop across diode D1 is VD1. Okay, so what do? We now, whenever we are saying we will use a diode model, we will replace its symbol. Wherever you use a symbol of a diode, we'll replace that with a model. So let's say we are using a constant voltage model. So what are we doing? We are replacing the diode with its equivalent circuit. Now we are assuming that the diode is on for a voltage VB. Okay, the positive voltage VB. So what are we doing over here? We are replacing it with a constant voltage model, that is a short circuit, and a battery with a voltage VD on. Fine. So over here the diode voltage is nothing but VD on voltage. So now can we apply the KVL in around the loop, around this loop, and write down the equation? Yes, we can. So we can write minus VD. Earlier equation was this, minus VB uh, plus Ix into R1 plus VD1 is equal to 0. Now from the circuit, what is VD1? VD1 is nothing but VD on. Okay, so we can rewrite this equation as VB is equal to Ix R1 plus VD on. So if I want, original aim is to find the value of current through the diode. The current in the circuit perhaps, that's the same as current through the diode. So current through the circuit is Ix will be, if you rearrange the terms, VD on will go there. So it will be VB minus VD on upon R1. Now we know the value of VB, we know the value of R1, even we know the value of VD on. Okay, what was the value of VD on? We have seen that over here. VDON value for silicon diode is 700 to 800 millivolts. For germanium diode, it is around 200 to 300 millivolts. For silicon, it is 700 to 800 range in between. Okay, so now see, such a simple calculation. You don't require any other step. Just by substituting the value of VDON over here, you will quickly get the value of IX. So that's the amount of simplicity this constant voltage model brings. Now, if I have a ideal diode model instead, you don't even have a supply over there. Okay, so that VDON is also zero. So IX, in case if we use an ideal diode model, will be VB upon R1, which is again a not a very good approximation, but it will give you quick value of IX. So what is the learning over here? Just by using a simple diode model, just by example constant voltage model or ideal diode model, one can quickly observe that analysis of diode circuit becomes simpler. So that is a learning which we take over here. Earlier, using exponential model, our task was very difficult. You can see over here, it contain a logarithmic term and not so easy to commute this. But it is very simpler to work with this kind of equation. So from now on, whenever we see a diode in a circuit, we will replace by its equivalent circuit appropriately. Okay, either by using a constant voltage model or by using a ideal diode model. Fine. So let's summarize about all the diode models. So we have studied exponential, piecewise linear, constant voltage, and ideal diode models. All the four models are nonlinear. All the four models distinguish between positive and negative voltages that can be useful in rectification applications. Then the ideal diode model passes the positive voltages. The constant voltage model passes the positive voltages greater than VDON, and the exponential model passes the positive voltages significantly if VD external voltage is greater than 700 to 800 millivolts. Okay, so this is in all the summary about all the diode models. Okay, so let us revise. So we have started with the piecewise linear model, wherein we approximate a exponential, exponential graph with a straight line over here like this with a slope. So this is the piecewise linear model and the components of the piecewise linear model. Next, we have studied the constant voltage model, where we approximate the diode characteristics exponential curve by a straight line with a slope zero. I mean, with a slope infinity, basically, correct? So this is the constant voltage model with RD equal to zero in the piecewise linear model. And these are my circuit elements when my diode is conducting. And yeah, it is a circuit element when we it has two elements, VDON and ideal diode. So when the diode is conducting, this will be a closed switch. When the diode is off, it will be open switch. That's the only difference. Here we have seen we have seen the condition when will be the diode will be on. So in a constant voltage model, diode will be on when the applied diode voltage is greater than the VDON. Then it is on and it is replaced by this equivalent circuit, and the diode will be reverse bias if VD is less than VD on. Okay, so and lastly we have seen the ideal diode model where VD on equal to zero. It is very simple over here. If VD is greater than zero, the diode is forward bias replaced by a closed switch, and VD is less than zero, diode is reverse bias, it is replaced by a open switch, as you can see over here. VD greater than zero, less than zero, diode is forward and reverse bias, on and off state, and open and close switch. Okay, so and we have seen whenever we replace a diode with its equivalent model, the analysis of that circuit becomes much simpler, and that is the learning takeaway we take it from this slide. Okay, and this is the summary of all the models, diode models, which we have studied so far. So that is all for this session. Next time we will begin with the clipper circuits. So until then, have a good day and thank you.